A lot of cockfighting happens here. It's a big sport for these guys. I just walked down here, give you a bit of an idea of, this is what I was talking about. This is a river. Well, it's not really a river, it's a creek. You got to understand, during monsoon, this will be over this bridge flowing down, right down there, and that's where we are, down in there, working this sort of creek that runs up through there. So they dig these areas out and then they sort of put it through the gold sluice over there. Quite a lot of digging, manual digging goes on. So we've been up, travelled right up to the top of the mountain to try and find the source. Now this whole quartz seam runs all the way down to the bottom, and up through here guys actually got little mine shafts running into the quartz seam and working it. There's one right here. They smelt their gold right next to it. Come in here and we'll have a look at what's going on. So we're at the mine entrance. They've got a couple of air blowers blowing through some primitive bags here for filters. Down there, that's where we're going to go. Down and have a look what these guys are mining into this quartz seam. Here's the seam here. They're following it. Let's go down and have a look. Now that's what you call mining the quartz seam. So there's the seam. These guys are just burrowing down along this course, this seam. Bloody hell. I don't know whether I want to go down there. That bit of timber's keeping the wall apart. I'll see if I can wriggle in a bit further, get an idea. So that's it down there. And it keeps going. Now those guys are actually down further, right down that quartz seam, mining it. That's what you call keen. Let's see if we can see anything up in here. I haven't got my glasses, so it's pretty full on. So this quartz seam is eroding all down the mountain, and the best gold is obviously down this quartz. But I'm not game enough to keep going. Well, I'm too big. Crazily too big to squeeze down that quartz seam. Let's have a look over the edge. Yeah, so those guys are going down even further. Wow, it's amazing. I don't know how they do it. There's about 5 guys digging down. These pipes are supplying them with air. Like I said, that's about the limit of my experience to be able to try and just get out of here. So, alright. I survived, Mocky. Just about to leave. Now these guys get 2,500 pesos a day to do this, so roughly about 50 bucks a day to risk their lives, go down that shaft and work that quartz seam vein. I think there's some probably easier ways to earn money, but that's the way they do it. Keep climbing the mountain, I tell you. And then you come across these little flat areas that just spring out of the side of the hill. These mine shafts are so dangerous. Like I didn't even see this thing. It's right here in the jungle, and it just goes straight down. I mean, hundreds of feet straight down. They've just dug straight down along the quartz seam. So this whole mountain is actually peppered in these small scale mines. So walking back along the mountainside here where the quartz veins are all running down the mountain here. And what gets me, it's quite striking, is that these tailing piles here are actually full of fine gold and gold, because these guys can't actually get it down from the top of the mountain. It's a real effort, so they really just pick out the best. They've got no water to pan it. They go through it, they sort it by hand, they find some gold nuggets, they'll put it in a bag, and then they'll carry that bag down the mountain and process it. So that's a lot of the reason why this fine gold is here. You've got these tailing piles just littered across the side of the mountain, every year getting washed and eroded down, supplying the guys down in the river with constant gold. So these are the bags that the guys send back down to the ball mill to crush. Now, I've actually seen this at a couple of our locations that we've been to and put the small dredge at, and we've got little bits of fine gold. So it seems to be a constant type of rock structure that's quite common. It's got black sand through the rock structure. It's also got this white clay around it, which has got fine gold in it as well. And you know, this is pretty much a standard type of quartz rock. So they grind it up and you've got these little black sand veins that are running all through the rocks here. I'll get you to do a close-up and we'll have a look at it. So see, if you look very closely at those fine cracks, you can see the gold in them, the fine gold. It's right there. Now those little cracks are full of black sand and fine gold, and that's virtually what they'll take to the ball mill and crush these up. Here's of these rocks rolling backwards and forwards in the sea. It's actually ground that fine gold out of there and washed it and eroded it out, and that's what they're getting down there. Got the kids, they all live up here in the mountains. Pretty much I don't think they go to school or anything like that up here because it's so remote and so hard to get here. It's a pretty tough existence up here, but they managed to get power up here, believe it or not. They string wires all up through the jungle and get it up here, and they've got it at their homes here. And it's pretty wild the way that this whole operation happens. So a guy actually finances for this to happen. So he'll pay these people to live up here and mine this product, and they'll put these piles of rocks here from down the quartz seams from different areas. Then he gets a four-wheel drive truck, comes up here, picks them up and takes them back into town, processes it, and then he divvies up the money to the local people. Now I'm not quite sure how much they get, but no one really knows. We've got the local team here. You've dug here before. So Bocky's in there sucking up the gold from the river, and the guys have been working all up through here. It's not really a river, it's a small stream that runs down. So removing the big rocks, hopefully the gold is trapped underneath there. Bocky can vacuum it up. We've got a nice little crowbar here. Just remembering it's really fine gold in this creek. So we've just removed it from the gold pan. These guys here use a bit of truck tyre to actually pan it. It's quite effective, so hopefully we might actually see a bit of gold in it. I've never seen a bit of truck tyre used. I've seen through the Philippines a timber bowl used a lot, but because these guys are after the really fine gold, they tend to use this bit of rubber like an old inner tube. So here's that water, and if you could just look at the front, you can just see a very, very fine little bit of gold along the front, and that's what they use to get the mercury out with. Hey. Nice little bit of gold there. There's another little bit there. Hi guys, I just got back. What an epic day. Took the dinghy, powered across up to the gold spot where the quartz seam starts and runs into the ocean. Climbed the mountain, went right up the top of the mountain. I tell you what, I was absolutely flogged. But when I got to the top, went down some of the mines, had a look at those guys. They're legends up there. I tell you, I'd never do it. But anyway, we followed that gold seam and watched it all come down and back to the ocean. Did a bit of dredging just at the end of the day with the guys at the bottom at the creek there, and found a picker, fantastic little picker, and a bit of fine gold with them. So if you want to see more of these videos, like and subscribe. If you want to be part of the company, buy some shares in Black Gold Sands. I'm sure it's going to happen here. It's going to be good. All right, everyone. Cheers. Catch up with you on the next adventure.